Prepare to have your mind blown by these astonishing psychological facts about human behavior. Love and women. After intercourse, women value continued intimacy far more than the man's tendency to roll over and fall asleep. When a woman feels sexually satisfied, it can trigger a positive cycle of repeated and enjoyable experiences. Fascinatingly, women who frequently touch their own bodies tend to have elevated levels of sex hormones. It's intriguing to note that surprising a woman with your bedroom skills is far more effective than boasting about them beforehand, as high expectations can often lead to disappointment. On the flip side, a lack of interest from a woman is often indicated by avoiding eye contact and looking down, while maintaining eye contact typically signals interest. An astonishing 1% of women are capable of achieving full orgasms so only through breast stimulation. The clitoris, a marvel of human anatomy, is the only body part that never ages. Moreover, the average female orgasm lasts a whopping 4 times longer than its male counterpart. When it comes to the question, how am I looking, honesty isn't always the best policy. Prolonged solitude can lead to an acceptance of loneliness, but fear of being alone can prevent one from realizing their true potential. Interestingly, women generally prefer a male genital organ between 8 and 10 centimeters in length. Sexual compatibility is a big deal, with 80% of women testing it out before marriage. Women between the ages of 40 and 50 often experience more intense orgasms compared to their younger years due to a lower percentage of body water. Women tend to get drunk more quickly than men. The phenomenon of women visiting the toilet in groups often involves sharing comments and touching up makeup. Ovulation is a peak time for female orgasms, making it more likely for women to reach climax. Women also appreciate when others can interpret their body language, such as pointing their feet toward someone, playing with their hair, or standing closet. But what if your partner doesn't respond to your need for an emotional connection? A woman who has had multiple sexual partners usually exhibits this behavior and avoids emotional closeness. How do you know if she is really avoiding emotional connection? If you try to have a deep conversation and she seems to prefer light chats, quickly changes the subject, or avoids talking about feelings, she might be avoiding emotional intimacy. If you feel that your efforts are in vain, it might be time to stop trying. However, it could also be a sign that she is more reserved or has been emotionally hurt before. Maybe you should give her a bit more time before making a decision. Number 3, she tells vague or inconsistent stories. An important sign that she might have had multiple sexual partners in the past is inconsistencies in her stories after months together. If you still can't say for sure that she has clearly shared her past with you, and the things she shares are vague or inconsistent, it could be a sign. For example, she might tell you one story one day and a different one the next. These inconsistencies can include mentioning names of more than one guy, talking about a long-term ex and then saying she never had a serious relationship, or describing a hobby shared with a previous partner that doesn't match her current interests. It's important to remember that not everyone likes to relive old relationships. Some people might prefer to focus on the present with you. However, if her vagueness or inconsistencies make you feel insecure or suspicious, it's worth exploring gently. What can you do in this situation? Have a serious conversation with her about this topic and ask her to clarify her past. If she is genuinely interested in a relationship, her reaction will be more satisfying than her words. If she opens up honestly and fills in the gaps with warmth and clarity, that's a great sign. But if she continues presenting an inconsistent story, it might indicate you should part ways with her. Before she plays with you, remember you should never rush into making this kind of decision. Relationships require a combination of time and open communication. Give enough time and see if her story seems to become more nebulous over time, or if she starts sharing her past more clearly after building trust in you. Number 4, she frequently changes plans at the last minute. Has she canceled plans at the last moment more often? These fluctuations can be more frustrating than the stock market have. You ever wondered why this keeps happening? It's understandable if plans are cancelled for obvious reasons once or twice, but if this happens repeatedly, there's definitely something wrong. Also note that she always provides vague reasons for these cancellations. She might say a last-minute meeting came up, but surprise meetings don't happen that often, or she might mention a friend coming to town, but is very careful not to reveal the identity of this friend. You shouldn't let her play with you like this. Clearly she is prioritizing something over the relationship with you, and that's a sign that cannot be ignored. It's important to remember that we all have busy lives and things can come up unexpectedly. Maybe she has a demanding job with unpredictable schedules, or a close friend going through a tough time who needs her support. However, if these last-minute cancellations are becoming a habit and you feel excluded or unimportant, it's worth having a conversation. Again, communication is key. Here, approach her calmly and ask why she's canceling plans repeatedly. Make it clear that this is unacceptable to you and resolve things together. Number 5. She frequently compares you to previous partners. A woman entering a relationship for the first time will never compare you to someone else because you are all she knows. However, if she has had multiple partners in the past, it's likely that she will compare you to her ex-boyfriends at some point, voluntarily or involuntarily. How do you know if she